My wife kept telling me I was paranoid. Turns out she was lying about a lot more than I thought. I'm 34M. My wife is 32F. We've been married for 7 years, together for almost 10. If you asked me a year ago whether I trusted my wife, I would have said yes without even thinking. She was blunt, loud, kind of intimidating honestly, but I always thought that was just who she was. She had a sharp tongue and zero patience for what she called dramatic nonsense. If something bothered me, she'd usually roll her eyes and tell me I was overthinking. And for a long time, I believed her. We had what I thought was a stable marriage. Nothing perfect. We argued over bills sometimes, over chores, stupid things. She could be cold when she was angry, and she had this habit of saying things she knew would hurt and then acting like I was too sensitive. But we also had routines. Friday takeout. Sunday grocery runs. Watching trash TV late at night while she mocked everyone on screen and I laughed. It felt normal. Or at least normal enough. The first thing that changed was her phone. I know how that sounds. But seriously, my wife used to leave her phone anywhere. Kitchen counter. Bathroom sink. On the couch between us. Then one week it was suddenly glued to her hand. She changed her password. Started tilting the screen away when I walked by. Would smile at messages and then immediately lock the phone. I noticed it and casually asked one night while we were brushing our teeth. New password? She didn't even look at me. Yeah. Why? Because I wanted one. That was it. Just flat. I laughed awkwardly and said, "Okay, just asking." She spit toothpaste into the sink and looked at me through the mirror. You don't need access to every part of my life. That hit weird. Because I wasn't asking for access. I literally just noticed. I apologized even though I wasn't sure what I was apologizing for. That became a pattern. Every time something felt off, somehow I ended up being the one saying sorry. Then she started working late. Her explanation changed depending on the day. One time, inventory problem. Another time, manager needed help. Then, coworker called out. Then one Friday she texted me at 10:48 p.m. saying she was still at work. I replied, "That sucks. Want me to bring food?" No answer. For over an hour. At midnight she came home irritated and exhausted. I asked if everything was okay. She snapped. "Why are you interrogating me the second I walk in?" I wasn't. You were. Then she dropped her bag and disappeared into the shower. I stood in the kitchen feeling like I'd somehow committed a crime. The next morning she acted like nothing happened. Made coffee. Talked about laundry detergent. Asked if we needed paper towels. Like she hadn't spent the night tearing into me. And I let it go. Because I loved her. Because marriage gets messy. Because people get stressed. Then another weird thing happened. My younger sister stopped by one afternoon while my wife was out. We were talking in the kitchen and she casually asked, "Hey, is everything okay between you two?" I asked why. She hesitated. Then said she saw my wife downtown 3 days earlier. At this wine bar. With a guy. And she almost came over to say hi, but they looked intense. My sister said something that made my stomach drop. She saw me. And looked panicked. I defended my wife anyway. But later I found a receipt from that same wine bar. 2 glasses. Same day. When my wife saw it, her reaction wasn't guilt. It was anger. And that was the exact moment something inside me started to break. She accused me of being insane, interrogating her, making drama. Then she left that night at 3 a.m. No explanation. Next day, I got an anonymous text. A photo. My wife at a restaurant. Holding a man's wrist. Timestamped during her work shift. She saw me later that day and said, Run. She didn't hesitate. She said. A coworker. Then. Tyler. A guy getting divorced. I thought it was overthinking. Until another woman showed up. Screaming. Stay away from my husband. Screenshots followed. Hotel bookings. Messages. My wife smiling into another man's shoulder. And a message. He still believes me. I can keep him calm. She denied everything. Called it fake. Then Tyler showed up. Then another man showed up. Then the truth collapsed all at once. I never meant for this. I was lonely. You stopped noticing me. She admitted. I did sleep with him. Then, I don't know if the baby is yours. I went with her to the hospital. And everything exploded further. Tyler and Mark both showed up. Both believed they were the father. Then another name appeared, Jared. Then Evan. Then another man. All connected. All told different versions. All convinced they were the one. Then a burner phone appeared. Messages from someone labeled M. Don't tell your husband about me. And everything shifted again. Because M wasn't part of the affairs. He was part of the structure behind them. Someone orchestrating pieces I couldn't see. At the hospital, Claire finally broke. I didn't plan all of them. I planned an exit. Before Tyler. Before Mark. Before everything. Jared came first. Then Evan. Then Tyler. Then Mark. She said. I didn't think it would reach you. But it had. And now everyone was colliding in the same place. Tyler said. She told me I was the father. Mark said. She told me I was the only one. Jared appeared on the phone. Then Mark said something worse. There's a file. Pregnancy file. That's when a doctor revealed Claire had a pregnancy-related procedure last year. A pregnancy she never told me about. And it wasn't mine. It was Jared's. Then Tyler said something that shattered everything. She told me the baby might be mine too. Mark added. She told me the same. And suddenly nothing was singular anymore. It was layered. Splintered. Unstable. Then a call came. A man asking for Claire. Jared. Another thread. Another contradiction. Then a final message appeared from M. If he's talking about the files, we need to disappear tonight. At the hospital, Claire finally admitted. M isn't part of the affairs. He's part of why they happened. And I realized I wasn't in the center of the story I thought I was living in. Not even close.